I'm a nerd. Yeah, I'm a geek.
Alright, welcome to the female portion of our awesome nerdness. We are Geek Chicks. I'm Angela.
I'm Miranda.
And I'm Cecily.
So today we have a really cool topic going on. It's, if you're a nerd, you know about this anyway. So our whole topic today is cosplay! Alright, so we have a few topics that we want to go over. And it's just going to be, you know, some of our opinions and stuff. Some not as popular as others. Mine, mainly, not as popular as others. But we're going to, you know, do our thing and enjoy the hell out of it. Okay, so first thing we're going to talk about today is cosplay is not consent. Because that is one of the biggest issues in the cosplay community. It's irritating as hell. Anybody who's a cosplayer can tell you it's irritating as hell. So we're going to talk about the two different perspectives of that. We're going to go from the female perspective and the male perspective. So who wants to start on female perspective?
I guess I will, because I've actually had this happen to me.
Okay.
So, like, when I first started out doing cosplay, I did crossplay a lot, and, like, I don't know, I was really young and stuff. So, like, I didn't really get as much, like, I don't know, sexualizing and, like, people being creepy to me until I grew up and started doing, like, hot chick, like, cosplays. So then, when I was 18, I did Jinx, and it wasn't that bad. Like, people were kind of respectful, but, like, some guys would be, like acting like they'd known me forever. And me and this other Jinx, we did a picture with this dude who was like, yeah, you know, like, I got some hot chicks. And me and her just, like, looked at each other like, why? Why is it like this? And then, you know, I kind of fell off doing the sexy girl cosplays. I was like, you know, never again. This was just too much, what's it called?
Too much crap.
No, just like when people look at you a lot and like...
Too much attention.
Too much attention, yeah. And I just didn't want that kind of attention, like, at me. I just felt like I was really young. So then now, like, when I'm 21, I was like, okay, we'll do it again. And I did, like, cami. And someone just straight up, like, put their hand on my ass. And, my boyfriend was taking the photo. And I was just like, no. I just wanted to run away. And then later on, he's like, why didn't you tell me? And I was like, because I didn't want him to get hurt. But, I mean, he was cool. He was like, thanks, you know, and he didn't, like, you know, grope me or anything, but he did, like, put his hand, like, on my butt cheek, and I was just like, why? So just, and he didn't even ask. Like, it would be cool in one thing if someone asked. Like, someone was like, can you turn around so I can take a picture of your butt? And I was like, yeah, sure.
I remember one time this happened. This was like before, this is probably like when I was like 16 or so. This guy was taking pictures with all these girls and he would have them like kiss him on the cheek. I was like, okay, that's cool. He comes up to me, I cannot remember, I think I was cosplaying Nana Osaki from Nana. And he thought I looked really cool. I was like, okay, cool. I'll do it, I'll give you a kiss on the cheek. He turns his cheek, I'm about to kiss it, but then he just goes, and just whips his head to almost like my lips are almost touching his. And I'm like, what the fuck? I just pushed away. He's like, oh, I thought you were really hot. I'm like, yeah, if you wanted a kiss, you could have asked, and you could have asked if I was single, bitch.
Or if you were of age. Like,
Or I was of age.
You look really young, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm sure even at the time, you looked younger.
Oh yeah, at the time, like, being 16, I looked like I was like 14 or so, and he tried to pull this crap. Come to find out, the fucker was 19, and I'm like, nope.
And it's like we had that conversation with the guy at the comic book shop, and he was saying how, like, his friend who worked at the Renaissance Festival was, like, slapping like girls' asses and stuff, and, like, he did it to, like, a 13-year-old, and they were, like...
16-year-old.
16-year-old, yeah, and they were like, dude, she's 16, like, not 18.
Like,
he was like, oh my gosh, she looks so old. And I'm like, just
Does that make it any better?
Yeah, seriously.
Like, why?
Do you have any stories?
I don't, because sort of, like, being self-conscious about, like,
And also,
appearances.
you totally, like, beat up somebody, and I'm sure...
I totally would. I think I just give off that vibe that, you know...
You're like, don't come near me.
And I'll beat your ass and stuff. But, just pretty much with that, I don't think from what I can remember, I've never had any issues, but I think that's just because I kind of try to keep my cosplays as conservative as I can, because, like I said, it's a whole self-conscious thing. But, you know, I do tend to get a lot of people that are respectful about it. Actually, one of my artist friends, the first time I met him, he wanted to get a picture of me because I was dressed as Harley Quinn from Arkham Knight. Yeah, from Arkham Knight. And, you know, he just came up to me, he's like, oh, I love your cosplay, it's really great, can I get a picture with you? I was like, yeah, sure, absolutely. He's like, can I put my arm around you? I was like, yeah, sure. He's like, okay, I just want to be sure, because, you know, I want to be respectful, because I don't want to make you feel like you're uncomfortable or anything. I'm like, I totally appreciate that. So, you know, it's never a problem for anybody to, like, take pictures with us, but just the main thing is, if you're gonna want to try to do something, at least have the decency to ask, you know, because I'm pretty sure that, you know, if you were in that situation, you'd want somebody to ask, especially if you're a girl, you know, but it's just as bad for guys. I mean, you have something to share about that for cosplay from a guy's experience of stuff.
I technically, in a way, have two. So, and this both involves my husband, which is horrible. So, the first time this ever happened, we were at Anime Matsuri. And I was going around in this pink little panda kigurumi, and I was just like having fun. This guy comes up to me, smells like alcohol and weed, and I'm just like, oh. Like, I want him to get away, but at the same time, I'm like too shy to even say anything. So he comes up to me, he starts talking to me, and then he gives me his hotel room number and what hotel he's at, and I'm like, okay. So he walks away. My husband comes up, and he's sick as a dog, but he's shivering, and I'm like, oh, here. So I take off my kigurumi. I had like a little shirt and shorts underneath it. I hand it off to him, and he puts it on. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I run to the bathroom, I come back, and he just looks terrified. And I'm like, what happened? He goes, big black guy, thought it was you. Came up, wrapped his arms around me, grabbed my junk, and I'm like, what? So yeah, and then it was so funny because he whips his head around, looks at the guy, and the guy's like, oh, I'm not gay. He goes, could have fooled me. The second time was at Comic Palooza a few years ago. I was cosplaying Superboy, like the 1990 version, with a leather jacket and circle glasses. I even had my hair cut super short like a mohawk. And he was Deadpool. So we're walking around, everything's going fine, and this girl comes up to him and thinks that he's this certain Deadpool that she met a while back. Her eyes go from his eyes, or where his eyes are at in the mask, down to his junk and says, oh no, you're not him. Your junk is too nice. Your junk is way better. And I'm like, what? What? So I get in front of him, basically between them, and I'm like, yeah, it's nice. You want to say that one more time to me? She goes, who are you, his boyfriend? I'm like, next thing you know, he's pulling me away and I'm trying to punch at her. But still, like, doing shit like that, even girls doing that, it's still disrespectful. It's almost just as disrespectful as guys doing it to females, but guys don't say it as much. And I honestly wish guys would say it a lot more. Mm-hmm. I honestly do. Like, I don't care. Like, guys would make them, like, think that people would say, oh, you're a pussy. Like, oh, she was just trying to just get
She was trying to compliment you, make you
trying
feel
to compliment.
special.
But no, it's just as bad if a guy does it to a girl. It really is.
I mean, it's just as bad as catcalling.
Well, I had a friend who did Aruka Frog in a Death the Kid, I guess is his name?
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
Slater.
Yeah.
And all these girls like kept coming up and was like, oh my gosh, Death the Kid, like ignoring her and just being like, oh my god, like, can we get a photo with you? And like, he was just like, alright, and the whole time she's like, bitch, like, she was just like staring daggers, and she's like, no, you can't get a photo with him, sorry.
My husband's off to the side and he just wrote a note saying, I will never wear my Deadpool suit again.
No, we'll just get you a more movie accurate one. so people can't see your junk.
And even if we do get you into a Deadpool suit again, we'll make sure you have the ballerina belt.
Yeah, we'll get you a tutu.
Or at least some of those like compression like boxers.
Yeah, that's what basically a ballerina belt is, that it compresses it.
I have them.
Unfortunate.
It's too big.
Unfortunate.
But yeah, just whenever you go to a convention, be respectful.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be one of those people that gets thrown out of a
I
convention.
bet you 99% of the time, if you just ask, people will be more than willing to be like, alright.
Yeah, and if they say no, okay, that's fine. Just take the no.
Yeah, because I mean, most of the time that's why people cosplay, to sort of like relate to people that like the same thing they do. But, you know, if, you know, I'm like 100% sure that other cosplayers are like us, that we get a kick out of people's reactions.
Yeah.
Especially like when you're not at a convention and you're just out in public and like doing things that people are like, oh.
Yeah.
But
Where
also,
are you going?
but also with like people doing crap like that with that costume, you just want to back away from that costume completely.
That's why I'll never do Jinx again.
Exactly. See there.
Oh yeah, no, I
Husband
will
at
like,
table.
that reminds me, I will never wear a bodysuit again, because the one and only time I've ever worn a bodysuit was for OniCon, like a couple years ago when we were still friends with Anna. And she was dressed as Baby Doll, and I was dressed as Jean Grey, just with the black bodysuit and the X-Men belt, and I had my hair dyed
It
red.
looks so good.
It did, but we went to McDonald's because the guys in our group were hanging out in the arcade that they had on like the 3rd floor, I think it was. So we were hanging out up
Is it
there.
the McDonald's that's like literally like a street or so away?
Yeah.
Bro,
Like,
I went there just
on
in crazy
61st
cosplay
Street,
too.
yeah.
Yes, like we went there and like I was hungry and she was kind of hungry too, so we got something because convention food is like expensive no matter where you go. And so we went there and we were just waiting on our food to be ready, and all of a sudden like these two older guys just look at us, and they're sitting with two older women too, so I don't know why they thought it was really appropriate to say this with women around, but they just straight up looked at us, and the one guy was like, "Are you guys hookers?" I was like, "Excuse me?"
I remember you
my
messaged
God.
me about
I was
that.
so pissed off because I was dumbfounded, because first off, they're two older gentlemen. They're supposed to have more respect. And to top it off, they're supposedly veterans with their little like Vietnam veteran, World War II veteran hats on and stuff. And I'm just kind of like, damn, this is how you treat women? Like, I was baffled. My friend couldn't even say anything because she was just so offended.
No,
because
but I remember you messaged me, and I'm like, okay, hold on. I got out of work as early as possible, and I'm like shooting down there, just like wanting to beat the fuck out of those old men.
oh, no, trust me, I did too. Like, it offended me so much, but then it was kind of cool because the people that were behind the counter I could tell that they were kind of upset by the comments that these guys were making, because like that's really offensive just because someone's dressed in something skin
And
tight.
a lot of them
or
know
something
like
that's
what's
short.
going on in the area. Like a lot of them are like, oh, you're at the convention and stuff like that, so they
Yeah,
know you're
like-
cosplaying.
Yeah, like we even told them too. We're like, we're at a cosplay convention right now. We just came here to get food, and they were just like, oh, well, you just kind of look like hookers. It's like, no, we're not hookers. But, you know, the McDonald's crew was pretty nice about it. Like, they knew who we were and stuff, and they were talking to us about that, so that kind of made us feel a little bit better. But it doesn't matter who you are and, like, how old you are, and especially this. Like, this is my biggest thing. Like, whether you're a veteran or you're a civvy, you need to have some kind of respect for somebody, especially if you're a veteran, though, because I know that you are not trained to be an asshole to people, because like, that's how you're definitely gonna get your ass kicked. I don't care how old you are.
Just whoop an old man's ass in the middle of what McDonald's, just like throw down.
Hey, you know, if the ladies that were with them weren't gonna do it, you know,
You were.
I would've. I'm still surprised that the two women that they were with didn't say anything, because they were laughing the whole time. Like, seriously? It's not my fault you don't got creativity. Just saying. Okay. So, next topic we're going to be talking about is sort of the gender bent thing that a lot of cosplayers like to do, where you get females that are cosplaying as males, or you get males that are cosplaying as females, whether it's that actual character is male or female, or you're gender bending it to where you make it your own, like whether it's a gender bent Harley Quinn, or if you're doing a switch up with like gender bent Jack and Sally, or whatever. Like, you know, Have you guys ever seen any of them that you thought were pretty cool, like picture-wise or convention-wise,
Oh, yeah.
or any of that stuff?
One person that really comes to mind is the Japanese cosplayer Reika, the one who did like a really, really amazing Levi
Yeah,
from
that's
Attack on Titan.
Every
like,
time they come down here, they always
Yeah.
believe.
like every time I see like
Genderbending.
oh god,
I've seen a really amazing Genderbending where she had like a crop top on and everything.
Yeah.
And her wig was just spot on.
no, but like
Perfect.
it was so funny because like I would just like see this cosplayer that did Levi, and I was like, oh, he did really good. And then my friend goes, oh, that's a girl. I'm like,
Damn, she killed
damn.
it.
Like it was so good. Like she does really amazing male cosplays. I don't think she's ever done a female one, has she?
Not that I've seen.
Not that I, yeah.
Well, like, I quit doing crossplays, like, about 4 years ago, like, because I was in a relationship where it was, like, he thought it was weird, so, like, I kind of, like, went more to, like, a female cosplays and stuff. So, like, now that I'm in, like, a cool relationship, like, I get to do crossplay again, and so, like, my next one that I plan on doing is Todoroki or Deku from My Hero, so I'm, like, so excited about it, like, it's been such a long time.
I've done a lot of crossplay ones. I've done, crossplay. I've done L from Death Note. My favorite ones I've done were Superboy, the 1990 version.
That's my
like
good one.
everyone was like, "You killed it." I'm like,
Every time I see photos, I'm like, yeah.
well, because it's such a rare cosplay to see, and I was like, I have to be authentic about it. And then possibly my most favorite one, my Carl Grimes one.
That
That's
one
a
was
good
good,
one.
especially with the pudding.
Yes.
Took me to the grocery store and bought you pudding.
Yes, they took me to the grocery store, and I wanted like an industrial size pudding.
But
like,
they don't sell those.
They don't sell those. So
But you did find a lunchbox that looked like an industrial size
Yes.
can of pudding,
yeah.
and you just put pudding in there.
And I just handed it off to people who were like, "Cool." I'm like,
Pudding.
You get a pudding.
pudding.
Everybody gets a pudding.
But honestly, Carl's one of my favorites because if I do the makeup up right, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you look like Chandler Riggs," and I'm like, "Thanks." I turn around and they see my chest. They're like, "Oh, you're not Chandler Riggs."
You have boobs.
Because I don't bind my chest for that one because I wear such a baggy shirt.
And it's uncomfortable sometimes.
Oh yeah, binding hurts.
Like, I gotta give props to cosplayers, especially female cosplayers, that want to do, like, super accurate, like, male cosplays. Like, that binding shit hurts.
Just don't do ace bandages.
No, don't do duct tape.
That too. I had to
That shit hurts.
No, one of my friends was dressed. Oh god, I can't remember the character's name, but I know it was from Wolves Rain. I think it was like the main character from Wolves Rain. But she was cosplaying him, and next thing you know, she just looks lightheaded and stuff. And I'm like, are you okay? She's like, yeah, come to the bathroom with me. I'm like, okay. Go to the bathroom. She undoes her shirt, and she has ace bandages and duct tape all over her. I'm like, oh god. I pull out my knife and I just cut everything. I'm like, nope, we're going now. Let's go home. It was just horrible. Just don't do it. Just go
Do the
online.
proper research.
Yeah, go on-
Pinterest has a lot of tutorials on how to do
Yeah.
handmade binding.
Go online and find a binding vest or something. Like, just something that actually works.
Something that doesn't hurt and leave marks.
Mm-hmm.
My trick to not have binding is to do muscular men because then it just looks like you have pecs when you wear big trench coats.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, look at me.
That works too. Okay, so our next cosplay topic is gonna be cosplay. Just do it!
Do it!
Do it!
Don't let
So-
your cosplay dreams be dreams.
Exactly! So with that, pretty much what we kind of mean by that is if you have an interest in cosplay, you know, you happen to have a favorite cosplayer, there's a couple of them that you want to do, but you don't feel like you can do it,
Do it.
fuck it, just do it!
Just honestly.
Because it is the most fun thing ever.
Because honestly, if you don't do it, like in the future, you're gonna think in the back of your head, I should have done it. I should have done it. I should have done it. And yeah.
I mean, especially when you have friends that do cosplay too.
Oh yeah.
Like, friends are the best encouragement for that.
Oh, yeah.
And then it just makes it even better when you actually finally do that first cosplay and you put your heart and soul into it, you know, you do the best that you can and you go and you show it off to everybody and just everybody's reactions, most of the time they're going to be good. There's very few ones you're going to get that are bad because, you know, geek community is just so super positive about people doing cosplay and, you know, what they like and stuff. So that's kind of going to encourage you to do it more and more.
But also, if you do that cosplay that you keep having doubts about, but you still do it anyways, and in the end you're just like, I didn't like it, you did it. And you learned from that. And that's the best thing about cosplay, too, is, like, learning from your mistakes. Because then you get better.
Yeah, and, you know, it doesn't have to be, like, big all out. Like, we're not saying that if you happen to be a fan of Big Daddy to, like, go ahead and do that thing. Because that thing's a monstrosity. I remember seeing that at cosplay or at Comic Palooza this year. That guy has to have, like, some serious gains on him to be wearing that thing around the entire convention center, just walking around.
He actually like almost passed out. Like someone like had to like call.
Wait, which cosplay was this?
It was
one
the
that-
very first day.
I'm trying to remember.
Like, the guy had to, he couldn't put everything on until he checked every single piece of it. Because he had like 10 different pieces for the whole cosplay.
Okay, I was thinking in my head.
He was in the cosplay contest.
I was thinking in my head, y'all were talking about the Reinhardt that was at Comic Palooza like
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Holy crap!
No, that
in
one was
Matsuri.
awesome.
That was, oh yeah, that was
That was in
Matsuri.
Matsuri.
It just
It might have been the same guy.
might have been.
Cause like I know that if you do big cosplays like that, you generally keep doing big cosplays like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like, it doesn't have to be, you know, the biggest, most complicated cosplay. Like, really, sis?
I have a whole mouth
She
now.
spilled the tea.
But it doesn't have to be like the biggest, most complicated cosplay. You can start out with something simple. I mean, freaking, if you happen to be a fan of, you know, comic books that have like simplistic main characters, do those. Or, you know, if you have a significant other who likes to cosplay and you're not, you know, really big into the whole thing of it, but there's a simplistic character that you want to do that too. I mean, freaking you and Austin with Ramona Flowers and Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, that was a closet cosplay. Honestly,
Yeah.
like we just went into our closet, grabbed some clothes, and there we go. Like I didn't have the exact outfit of Ramona, but I had a Pac-Man shirt, which I was like, we just got done watching the movie. They had a Pac-Man reference.
Yeah.
Might as well. And guess what? We went to a little outing. We entered a little contest at the outing, and we got best props because we had the Sword of Love and Ramona's hammer. Like, it was cool.
That was cool.
It was. I want to do it again, but this time I kind of want to cosplay like the figure that I have over here of how she looks, or basically the main colors of it, the blue and the pink one,
Yeah.
or her black dress of like the final scene in Scott Pilgrim.
I thought it was green. Or was that just her hair that was green?
In the movie it was green, but in the comic series,
Okay, yeah.
it
I know
was
that-
like a teal color,
That would be cute.
like a dark teal.
But I didn't do the green hair.
I'm either gonna dye my hair green or I'm gonna get the wig. Either way.
Austin's awful with that.
Yeah, Austin's.
He likes it when you dye your hair.
No, but he likes.
I miss my hair colors too.
I know. I miss my blue hair so much.
Same, my teal hair. That was
Yes.
like mermaid.
I'm basic. It's like dark brown, black, or red.
Yeah, and if we ever did
It's
dye
not
your
wrong.
hair, it would be like a pain. Because how dark.
So dark.
Yeah, I know. It took me like 4 days to fully bleach my hair.
Like, I've never, like, technically bleached my hair. I've put highlights to make it blonder, but I've never bleached my hair.
It's not fun.
So that's why it's like a huge pain. Because it's
not.
always like so dark and so fresh.
Because you have to like bleach it, then deep condition it, and then bleach it again, and deep condition it. It's just.
And it just fries it.
Well, that's why you have to do the deep condition.
I know, but it still ends
Some
up
people
frying
don't
it
even
somewhere.
do. Yeah, some people don't even do the deep condition. They just keep going
That's
at
when I
it.
first bleached my whole head and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So
And
like,
that's why your hair falls out.
Oh
I
no,
haven't had that
the
problem.
very first time I bleached my hair was whenever I had my hair like the teal blue color, and I bleached it, and I felt it brittle. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna deep condition, and I did that, and it was like a 4-day fucking process.
And you have to do it like once a week, or it's just gonna get crispy.
Surprisingly, my hair lasted 6 months. It hardly faded, and my actual roots were coming in, and it kind of went with it.
Yeah, usually. That's my hair is not doing that right now. It's like in some weird between phase until I can get a good orange.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to figure whether it's gonna be black or red again.
I
More
like,
than likely, it's gonna be red.
I like being a ginger. I like.
I
I
just
think I'll
been-
stay that for a while.
I've just been sticking with black for a while, and then whenever I finally get out of my job, I'm just gonna be like.
It suits you though. It's gonna be weird seeing you with black hair.
I know. It's like when she gets a haircut.
Y'all freaked out for a moment when I got my hair cut.
Yes.
I'm gonna freak out when Wyatt cuts his hair.
Oh God, everybody is. Like, we need to have a funeral for it.
Sweeping the hair across the floor, scooping it up.
No. We're gonna have a Viking funeral for that hair. We're gonna put it on a little boat. Yes! And Austin is gonna shoot a flaming arrow at it. So yes, because y'all seen Wyatt's hair. He got a lot of hair.
Yeah.
It's long.
It's long.
Yeah.
Luscious.
Or better, yeah, we'll save it and make a wig.
When I first started dating him, I actually had a very similar hair color as him, and so he was like trying to match it with mine. He's like, if I ever cut it off, he's like, you got extensions, girl. Anyway, what's next?
Okay. So next topic: when to keep it PG.
Some cosplayers need to learn that.
There's some conventions where it's like okay to be like 18 plus content, things like that, but then like when it comes to some like conclusive or something, like leave the adult stuff for the nighttime when the kids are all in bed and stuff like that.
Yeah. Or just like the big name ones in general, especially like
Yeah.
San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. Like I can understand if that specific character that way in the comic or
Like
the
vampire,
show,
like vampire, Witchblade.
although for me, I'm just kind of like, dang, like
You gutsy.
you gutsy girl,
Well,
like you gutsy,
they
but
have-
I praise you for having that confidence.
They have like 18 plus conventions, but we don't have a Texas one. Like we should really have a Texas 18 plus one.
That'd be nice,
Yeah.
actually.
Because like one that comes to mind is the Las Vegas con that does it. But like they go in body paint and
Well,
like skimpy
girl,
stuff.
that's Las
and,
Vegas.
You're
Remember,
right.
I lived there. That's Vegas.
You're right, but we should also we should also
God.
Flex him. Oh God.
but we should also have one here. I feel like it'd be really fun.
Don't, let's not mention her, please.
Who? Jessica Negri?
No. Okay, Jessica.
Momoku?
Oh God.
I'm sorry. I am salty when it comes to Jessica Negri. I used to like her, but it gets really irritating when everything she posts is just mainly like her in a bikini or like itty bitty teeny tiny shorts and shirt, especially when that character is not meant to be that way. Like don't ruin Pokemon.
I'm actually
Like
the
Jessica,
opposite.
if you ever see this, stop doing sexy Pikachu.
I'm actually the opposite. Like I used to not like her. Now I like her stuff a little more, just because like they've gotten really good craftsmanship and stuff like that. Like she kind of understands like her demographic and things like that.
Yeah,
I
but
used to hate her a lot.
it's kind of honestly, I think that it's kind of overrated to, you know, over sexualize cosplays and stuff, because then it first off it ruins the things a lot of people like, and second off it's not a really good example for kids or like parents that are trying to get their kids into cosplay and stuff.
But dim views.
Well, them views, yeah,
Dem-
but it gets old after a while because then that's all she's known for, and then that's never really anything new. Like, I know you hate, I'm not even listening, but I know that Austin hates Yaya Han, but
Oh, yeah.
at least, like, she's boobs, but she has more than just boobs. Like, her stuff is creative. Her stuff is, like, super intricately detailed.
With the topic of Jessica Negri, I'm kind of like the in-betweens.
Which makes sense, don't like in between like.
I'm in between. I don't like some of the characters that she over-sexualizes. Like, best example, Roadhog. Her Roadhog and Junkrat ones pissed me off, because I'm a Junkrat main, and I love Roadhog too. But it's like, the first time I saw those cosplays, I was just sitting there, I was getting so mad. I was like, this is ridiculously stupid. But then I saw, like, she did a Morrigan cosplay from Dragon Age, and I was like,
And
that...
Kindred from England.
Yes! I was just like, wow, that's actually really good. So there are times that I hate her, there are times that I don't like her. But Yaya Han, I hate her.
I hate her too.
I mean, like, we hate her as a person, but you have to admit, her cosplays are actually something that you can, like, admire.
Like her, yeah, some of her cosplays are good, but it's just the one thing I just don't like about her is her attitude.
She's such
Oh
a
my
bitch.
gosh, yes.
She... What? Her material.
Her material is garbage.
I don't
Austin
agree.
really hates Yaya.
You never worked with it.
Oh.
You have?
Yes,
Oh.
it's garbage.
Well, my cammy's made out of her fabric, so I can't say shit. Like, it works.
You've worn it
Maybe
once.
she
It's gonna
upgraded
fall
it.
apart the next time you wear it.
But it's just, with them, honestly, a lot of the stuff that we try and keep PG, or at least like decent with some conventions, a lot of girls take inspiration from Yaya and Jessica Negri. Momoku maybe? Question mark?
Giant question
Giant
mark.
She's literally the Logan Paul of the cosplay community. Like,
Yes.
But it's like, girls will start looking up to them and try and copy them in some way, and then it just gets over-sexualized. And
It does. And then it's
I mean-
like you don't want to go to conventions to really like see stuff anymore.
I mean, I'm for the whole embrace your body, love your body, but it's sometimes there's a line.
I honestly think like if you're under 18, don't
Yeah.
don't come to conventions in bikinis. Like,
yeah,
I've seen
especially if you-
16-year-olds wear like basically boob cups, and I'm just
Pasties.
like, girl, like, you're not 18, please.
Like, it's understandable with like I said, with some things, but
it's hot here. I get it. Like, wear shorts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, like,
But I mean, like, if you don't want people to kind of like treat you a certain way that's offensive, don't dress a way that makes them think it's okay. You know?
Yeah.
Even though that still kind of goes like into the whole cosplay is not consent thing. But still, like, just because they're not going to do anything doesn't mean they won't try to say something. Which is still just as bad, but, you know,
Yeah.
you kind of got to take that into consideration when you're going to do a cosplay. But still, certain things just don't make them like XXX rated. Like, there's a very fine line nowadays between cosplay and exhibitionist. They have conventions for those. If you want to be an exhibitionist, go to that.
keep your Patreon away from the convention.
Yes, that's another thing too. Freaking-
Momoku.
yeah, that too.
I know.
But no, freaking Patreons are getting the worst about that stuff because it's not even cosplay stuff most of the time. It's
Oh, no,
freaking boudoir shoots of them in lingerie.
No, Patreon's like hitting hard on that stuff.
Oh,
They're
oh,
taking-
they are now?
Yeah, they are now. They're taking away like a lot of porn cosplays or porn kind of ones because they're like, you know what? No, we're gonna keep it PG-13.
I've seen one that's like, oh, Fluttershy or something, and it's just like her in like little yellow wings and like a yellow bikini,
Yeah.
and a pink wig, and I'm just like, what?
It's just ridiculous.
Okay, so now we're gonna move on to some personal experiences. So we already kind of talked about that before with like the bad things we've dealt with. Like, let's kind of move into like the good things we've dealt with cosplay.
Let me find.
So, Ceci, you want to start?
Sure. Definitely, like, I've had a lot of first experiences. I've had a lot of meeting people. That's nice. Definitely, stuff that comes to mind is kids. Kids really make cosplay, like, so much better. Sometimes I'm like, this is why I cosplay.
Yes.
And, like, I got to be closer with these people here with cosplay, and it just... I've made a lot of good friends, and I just have so many good memories tied to cosplay. Yay!
Just had to throw that in there,
I
Ceci.
did.
No, I think there are technically three things that come to mind, but I'm gonna keep that to two.
You could do 3. We got plenty of time.
That's one of them.
That's what she's gonna talk about. I knew it. I knew that was what she was gonna talk
But
about.
she has two good memories in Felicity.
But we're gonna
too.
start with that one first, because that one is literally so cute.
Okay.
Like, I cry every time I hear it. It's that cute.
So this was Space City Con. I think I can't remember if it was the year before or the year that it ended. I can't remember. I think it was
It's the year before. Yeah.
Year before. So, Space City Con in Houston, everything was going fine. Me and my husband, we decided to do Felicity Smoke and the Arrow from the show, The Arrow. So, oh wow, it was raining hard out there.
Yep.
Wow. Anyways, so, I can't remember. I think it was Anna who went into the bathroom with me.
Yeah,
Because
you
we
said it
were-
was Anna.
Yeah, because we went in there because I had to get my lipstick on, I had to get my wig on, and fix it up and everything, and she came with me. Well, I come back out, and my husband runs over to me, and he goes, "You'll never believe this, somebody's asking for you." And I'm like, what? He goes, it was a little girl. She left already, but she was looking for you. Now, his side of the story was basically, he was sitting out there with our friend Wyatt, and they were waiting for us, and his dad comes up with his son and his daughter. They're like, hey, can we get a picture with you? He's like, yeah, sure. So, goes over there, takes a picture, like he kneels down with them, he lets him hold his bow, but the little girl doesn't move. And Austin was just like, oh, come on, take a picture with me. He goes, no, you're not Felicity. And I'm like he tells me this, and I'm like, oh. So throughout the whole convention, we're walking around, and I was about to go walk over to a stand. Next thing you know, he grabs me by the wrist and starts pulling me. I'm like, what's going on? He goes, just come with me real quick. I'm like, okay. Pulls me over to that same dad. And I see a little boy, and the little boy's like, his eyes like brighten up seeing both of us together. But then I look down, and there's this little girl with long blonde hair, glasses, and she just looked at me. She goes, Felicity? I'm like, oh, you precious little baby. So I just like knelt down, and I was like, oh, you are so cute. And the dad tells me Felicity's her favorite because of the fact she has glasses and she's a blonde. I'm like, oh. Dad's like, yeah, she's self-conscious about her glasses, and whenever she saw Felicity, she fell in love with her. I'm like, oh. I just like wanted to cry.
There like always.
I just wanted to cry. So me and her got a picture together, and I gave her like a word of advice, like, no matter what, even if you have glasses, you're gonna be beautiful in the end. And she was just like, really?
You're
I'm
not
like,
beautiful now, just beautiful in the end.
shut up. I kept telling her she was precious, that she was beautiful now, and I'm like, you're gonna be beautiful no matter what. It was just cute. It was so cute.
Being inspiring to people.
That's why kids like inspire a lot of us to cosplay, because it's so cute.
Yeah, we can kind of throw in like the kids in the cosplay community topic with
Yeah.
this too.
Honestly, like parents, the best advice I usually give parents whenever I talk to parents about conventions and stuff, take your kids with you. Like, just go to the conventions, see if your kid likes it at first. And if they say they want to dress up, find a kid-friendly costume for them.
Or
Honestly.
better yet, find a family-friendly costume.
Yes, family cosplays are the cutest.
Because I can't tell you how many times I have seen like Star Wars ones with Leia and Luke and Han and Chewie, and they are just so precious. Because you got like the two little ones dressed as Luke and Leia, and then you got the funniest one I've ever seen though is Mom was dressed as Chewie and Dad was dressed as Han.
That's funny.
In my mind, I'm kind of like, damn, looks like Mom went a little French today. So
No, there was that video that actually was posted up recently of the guy who was Thanos, and he was holding his daughter's
Oh my
hand
gosh,
as
yes.
Gamora. I was like, oh, that's precious.
My little brother, like, legit wears this Deadpool, like, little one, like, Zen suit that my dad got him for Halloween, like, 3 years ago, and he still wears it to this day. And, like, yeah, he loves Deadpool. He's never seen the movie or anything, but he, like, freaking loves Deadpool so much, and he's always, like, watching cosplay videos of, like, conventions and stuff, and he's always like, I never find you. And I'm like, that convention's in New York, like, I'm not even,
Not even there.
Oh. But
Oh, but he's
he-
trying to look for you.
he
Oh.
really wants to go, and I'm always like, take Remy.
Seriously, take kids to conventions, like especially Comic Palooza. It's
especially
very
if you're in
oh, yeah.
Houston and Comic Palooza, or if you're in California and you have the chance to take your kids San Diego Comic Con, because I mean that's like that's the biggest.
Oh, Austin says we'll take him.
Oh, I know, I've been wanting to. Hopefully next Comic Palooza.
No, because I know Comic Palooza actually has like a kids club.
And they have a kids cosplay contest.
Yeah.
they have like a whole bunch of like different kid activities on like the second and third floor.
Yeah, and I know that they do lots of charity stuff for kids. Like McDonald's comes there every year, and they are just doing so much charity for kids. But it's so awesome to see kids.
And they usually
It
have
is.
conventions and things and like events that are for kids.
Yeah.
Like, I know. Man, my mind is drawing a blank. But I knew that there was one recently that happened. That's kind of funny.
I know.
I don't have kids, so like I slips my mind.
I know one time at Comic Palooza, I think one of our friends pulled me and my husband into this little kid thing just for like a few minutes. Because I was Superboy and he was Deadpool, and all the kids were just like, oh my god! And they were freaking out. It was so cute. And then, like, we would see like little Wonder Women and little Batgirls just running around, and Harley Quinns. Yes. Little, like, not Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. Like animated series, adorable Harley Quinns.
And like, I just love how much kid stuff is out there that are nerd related. Like, I wish we had that crap when we were like kids.
Well, because cosplay and stuff was still like, it's not mainstream like it is today. It was very, very kind of like hush hush thing because it was still so nerdy and all of that stuff.
Yeah, people
like in the 90s, it was still the only conventions you really had at that point still were like sci-fi conventions, like Star Trek and Star Wars and stuff like that.
San Diego Comic-Con was still going around that time, but it wasn't as popular.
It wasn't
like a lot of people viewed cosplay and just being in costume besides Halloween
for like neckbeards
was like very
Yeah.
taboo-like. They saw it very taboo.
Well, and then of course, because like nerdy and geeky still was not a good thing.
Well, at
which
work,
was,
like I see
stupid.
so much Wonder Woman bags and like Iron Spider bags and just Spider-Man, like Lego movie.
I love
so
how
I'm just like, I want all of this.
I know.
I love how the nerd culture is just like blowing up now. I really do. And it just makes me so happy inside. And then I go back to the fact of, you guys used to make fun of me in high school and middle school about this shit.
Like,
I know, and then now like all of those people that used to make fun of people that were into it are like now into it.
Yeah.
And then they're just like complete and total noobs compared to the people that have been into it with the beginning. And it's just kind of like, you're only really in this because it's popular now. But I'm a better person than you, so I'm not going to give a shit about that.
Especially when Suicide Squad came out.
Oh my god,
gosh.
people were freaking
Like
out
people
over
who
it.
never like
Even
watched
read
a
the
Batman
comics.
movie or even watched a Batman movie in their life, they were like, let's do Joker and Harley Quinn for Halloween.
Yes. So, I am going to do a little PSA right now because this is one of my biggest pet peeves in the entire freaking world.
I
And
know
Austin
exactly-
agrees with me because we talk about this about once a week.
I know exactly what
Yeah. So, for all you little weebs out there that would like to have a Harley and Joker relationship,
No.
I will give you this address and y'all can create a little line outside and we can teach you how not
You
to be in a toxic relationship.
You'll show them what a Joker and Harley Quinn relationship will be like. Just.
Oh no, like honestly all we'd have to do is like you, Miranda, me, and Austin just tell them our life stories.
Our most toxic relationships
Yes.
and everything. And
Yes.
then this is how Joker basically does this shit.
Yes, because speaking from personal experience, like the reason why my favorite cosplay and like I idolize Harley Quinn is because she's proof that the shit that you can go through only makes you a stronger person and it makes you better because I went through that kind of relationship. I went through a toxic relationship. It was horrible. Like, I idolized this guy. I was willing to give up my family for this guy. I was willing to, like, move and do whatever this guy wanted. And I got treated like dirt throughout the entire thing. And it took, like, so much physical and mental and emotional abuse for me to realize I don't need this. I don't need this guy. And then when I found Harley Quinn and I saw that she was going through all the same bullshit and everything, I was like, holy shit, there's actually a person out there, though she's fictional, but still, to like people like us, she's super real, that has gone through this stuff. And unlike some of us who haven't had the opportunity to, she was able to beat the shit out of her abuser. And sort of like,
role model.
yes,
I actually
and
just
like
got-
saved herself.
I actually just got issue 25.
I know, I love that one.
I know.
But she was able to, like, you know, free herself and everything, and now, like, she's this complete and total badass. Granted, her costume choices still make me question her sanity a little bit, but we're not gonna get into
We
that.
still love her.
We still love Harley Quinn.
But
Yep.
I really love the DC Hero Girls or whatever
Yes.
because it's really like letting the girls get something, you know.
Yes.
And it's really funny because anybody who has any kind of problems with it are usually men. They're usually just like
It's
yeah,
just like guys that
garbage.
only have a problem with stuff unless they're like really, open-minded, like Austin and Wyatt and stuff.
Even
they're
Wyatt
having
was like,
problems with
yeah,
all that
this
stuff.
is not for me.
I mean, he admits it's not for him, but
I think
still.
Austin, whenever he first saw them, he was like, they're kind of cute.
Like Harley Quinn's is kind of cute, but it's like really kid friendly too. Like
Oh, yeah.
Well, because again, that's the point. Like they're trying to make as many things as kid-friendly as possible.
they could totally cosplay anything from DC Hero Girls because it's like
Oh, yeah.
in the realm of stuff that you'd find in kids' closets too.
Yeah.
So, like, but the other day I actually saw this girl at work and she was holding this like little baby doll that was Supergirl from the DC Hero Girls, and I didn't know we carried that. I was like, I want that. That's cute. But like
Wait, where do you work again?
Burlington.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Like it's about like
It has
this
a big
and
head.
it looks like a little baby doll.
It's
Yes.
so cute.
I bought the Harley Quinn one as soon as I saw it. I'm one of
I
those
need to go
people.
look.
I am 24 years old and I still freaking peruse the toy section
Oh,
at
Monster
Walmart and
High.
Target to look for that stuff.
Yeah.
We all do that. I'm 27 and I still do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do it specifically for anything Harley Quinn I can find.
Me, it's just
Except that's not my cup. That's her cup, and that's not mine either.
But her parents were like, "Are you sure you want that?" And she's like, "Yeah, Supergirl." And I was like,
Oh, like child's after my heart.
"I know."
No, usually I'll just shop like the Walmart section if I'm trying to find like superheroes that I like.
Strolling for props.
Strolling for props, yeah.
Oh heck yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, props. Awesome.
Yes.
What's funny is like you'll never suspect it, but like Five and Below is such a good place for cosplay.
Five Below
props.
has so many geeky things. Like the first time I went there and actually looked around at everything, I was like, they don't have regular toys here. Everything is like superhero related.
Yeah.
Like where has this been all my life?
I got a really awesome Darth Vader
We go to
shirt
Five Below
there.
after this.
Yes, there's a Five Below.
Five
Oh no. Okay, so back to the whole topic of Harley Quinn and everything. So, you know my history. I had a bad relationship, a very abusive one. Here's something that I've actually came to realize very recently.
What?
Austin's my poison ivy.
Yes!
Austin is my poison ivy.
It's okay.
He
Austin's your
doesn't know
poison
how to
ivy,
use
but
the
Josh
phone.
is my Deadpool.
Oh.
No, why it's my Aquaman and I'm his mirror.
No,
Well, yeah.
no,
It'll never
because
be
he
any
got me
different.
out.
We're living embodiments of actual superheroes. We
Yeah.
may not look like it, but we are.
But it's like, he got me out of this relationship. He talked to me so many times to get out of this relationship. Just like Ivy did to Harley. Like, you get out. You need to get out of the ship.
Like you need to get out before you die.
And,
Because you
I'm your
almost die.
Selena Kyle, who's just like egging y'all guys on and just like.
Like,
And then you go marry Batman.
but yes, basically, he is my,
He is.
he's my Ivy.
He would look really, really good in that poison ivy costume.
Oh my god, we need to do a male Ivy for you.
Yes. Yes, Queen.
Going back to males cosplay female character. There we go.
We'll just put
I can
a
rock it.
ginger wig on you, and you can do your first drag.
Ew,
No,
short
just
ginger
like some green suit pants with some leaves and everything, and have like a. I could do
That would
that.
be really fun, actually.
I could do that.
Yeah.
We need to do that.
We need
I'll
to
do
do
it.
fun.
We need to get Josh Wyatt and
Austin.
Austin to do the
Gotham City Sirens.
That'd be perfect.
But like dude version, that'd be great.
Yes.
Honestly, Wyatt could probably do Harley. Just put his hair in pink.
No, why don't you do Black Canary? Give him some fishnets.
No, we're doing Gotham
We're
City
only,
Sirens.
yeah, we're only doing 3 of them.
Oh.
So you're Ivy, Wyatt could be Harley, and Josh could
My
be
boyfriend's
Catwoman.
gonna be Catwoman. He doesn't even like cats.
He'd be like meow.
Yeah. No, oh my
No,
god,
like
no, because he would
cats.
bring out the gay, so it'd be like meow, which that's probably him right now.
Make him like
Why?
cats
Why?
from the Broadway.
Yes.
I don't know his name either. But yeah, that would be like super fun.
Alright, so what is the next topic?
So next topic is budgeting for your dream cosplay. Cause just do it.
I don't budget. I'm just kidding.
So
You're doing a video right now about.
I already did a video about
Oh yeah, you already
it. And
did.
I said in the video, I don't budget.
okay, so before we talk about this topic, like your ideal dream cosplay, what is it?
I'm doing it right now, actually. Like, well, mine at the time of current is Project Fiora, and like, literally, I was like, this is gonna be all the stuff. This is gonna be all the skills, all the money, like, everything's going into this one. And I finally was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. and now I'm doing it, and I'm gonna do it for Conclusa's cosplay contest, and I'm gonna own it. I'm so excited.
There's probably like 4 off the top of my head I absolutely want to do. 2 of them are Dragon Age related. I want to cosplay Sarah from Dragon Age Inquisition, and then I want to cosplay my Inquisitor. Like, the Inquisitor I always go back to. She's just... Please.
Yeah.
Please.
I know nothing about this, so that's all that.
You'd kill Liliana though.
You would. You look like an adorable Liliana.
I don't even know who that is.
I'll show you pictures later.
Yeah, she's like a rogue.
Cool. I like going rogue.
She has a hood and like she's really pretty.
But she's really, really, really pretty.
They're all really Dragon Age people are just really pretty. Even
Video game people are just really pretty,
Even
except
who's like an evil
except
witch.
for the only person I'll say that's not pretty has to be Handsome Jack from Borderlands. Like, that dude needs some serious plastic surgery, like good plastic surgery, for real. Bro, ugly.
I want to cosplay him though.
Do it.
No, because if we did cosplays, we could do the sirens.
Oh yeah,
We could all be sirens.
But,
Angela.
the other one is Bulma, but her concept art where she has like
Yeah.
the pant leg.
That's
but
my
no-
favorite.
I
Yeah.
want to do that one. And then another one I'm going to show you guys. It is called Stitcher's Supplier from the Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, I knew that article.
This is like a new character that they have out, but
She's cute.
I love her. She looks
Like a
kind of like,
Frankenstein.
yeah, she's a zombie. She's a zombie necromancer.
I love it.
That's cool.
Her outfit looks almost kind of like Paladins from Diablo 3. Like the concept of it. It's so pretty. What about you?
So, my current one I have right now is only because I've been playing the video game a lot, but I want to get to the point where I can be Moxie.
Oh, yes.
I want to
Oh,
be
yeah.
Moxie so bad because she a badass and I love her. Although she kind of scares me because she looks like clowns. I don't do clowns. I don't do clowns. If I ever see you in public and you a clown, you gonna get punched.
I know a clown.
Just
He's
saying.
so cool. Actually,
I don't care.
Actually, my grandfather, he's actually like, he went to clown school and stuff, and he like drives a motorcycle all across America, and he's a veteran, but like he's a legal clown.
Wow.
I don't know if he still does clown stuff, but yeah, he's a clown. He's legal clown.
He does clown stuff, but for a price.
Yeah,
No,
he
that-
clowning around.
Now you just remind me of another cosplay I had in mind, the Tiny Tina and
Oh my gosh,
and
yes.
Junkrat. Like it's a combo between Tiny Tina and Junkrat, just like merged into one. It's like Tiny Tina basically wearing Junkrat themed clothes.
Yeah, I love it.
Because friggin' Tiny Tina is the shit. She likes blowing things up, and she eats crumpets for a living.
I used to watch her voice actor on YouTube.
Oh, Ashley Burge.
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
her.
Hey Ashley, what you doing? Like,
Hey Ash, what you playing? I love
what you
that one.
playing?
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember
Me and my
that.
brother used to watch those religiously, and like we love them so much, so good. I wish they would still
This
be
is
making them.
Liliana.
That'd be badass.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But, like, that's the one that I want to do probably within the next couple of years. But my ideal one is one with an actual working set of wings. And I'm not talking like dragon wings or fairy wings or anything like that, but they look like actual bird wings. And they're the mechanical ones, like,
Yes.
extend all the way out, and then they come back in and they're as enclosed as possible. Like, they have those now, but, you know, some of us don't have $300 to throw down just for wings, car payments and stuff. But, you know, like, just, that would probably be, like, my ideal one.
I definitely wanna.
I could redo my female Castiel, because
With
that
the black
one
wings?
looked pretty badass. I had wings for that one in Comic Palooza.
That's probably one of my favorite cosplays you've done.
The-
You
the
just
female
look so
Castiel?
good. Yeah.
It was awesome, except the shoes didn't want to stay. But it was really cool because, like, I went there by myself, which is another reason why you should cosplay. Because even if you don't have friends, you'll end up with friends.
Yeah.
The very last day, yes. The very last day of this convention, I went, and because I love Supernatural, even though I don't have anything Supernatural right now. Oh, well.
Your laptop.
Oh, yeah, on my laptop, like,
She got stickers on there.
I got stickers on this mofo. So, like, Supernatural is just like one of my favorite shows, and I binge watched it for so long, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cosplay it. So I got all the stuff for it, and I had a pair of wings that my best friend gave me, and I just like re-spray painted them and everything. I did maybe about like 5 coats of black paint just to get it the right color, because it was red. the red would not hide. And so I had the trench coat, I had like this whole business thing underneath it, I had the vest, I had the blue tie backwards, and I had, you know, heels and everything on, and I didn't even walk through the door fully. And all of a sudden, I just hear somebody scream, Castiel! And I'm like, what? I was like, what happened? Who said my name? And I just looked, and this girl just out of nowhere just like came at me. And she started geeking out too, because so like she was dressed as a supernatural character as well. And so I was kind of hanging with her, and I found more people dressed as supernatural characters and hung out with them. And then from there, we found more people, and by the end of this, I think we had like 10 people.
Something like that.
Yeah, at least like 10 people. We took this giant group picture
In front of the
Impala.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. And then, like, Wyatt was dressed as Sam at that point, and then someone who we used to be friends with was just like Dean. And so we were like hanging out a lot, and we made things pretty awkward at one point. Dean. Yes, Dean. But it was funny because for you people that happen to be fans of Supernatural, but like super fans, then you know about like Wincest and Destiel and stuff like that. So it was pretty fun to actually take a picture where we had our Dean cosplayer in the middle, and you had Sam on one side, you had Castiel on the other, and just making the Dean as awkward as possible. And he was so awkward and so uncomfortable, but that made that picture like, damn.
Were you guys like grabbing him by the arms and pulling him?
No, that was Haley and Bryant grabbing onto my arms and pulling me, because we had a female Dean and a male Dean, and I was literally being stretched. And I told them at one point, guys, stop pulling on me, because first off, I'm slipping in my heels, and you're gonna pull my arms out of my socket. But it was really fun, because we had a couple Castiels, a couple Sams, a couple Deans, like a couple different Crowleys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had for the Destiel Wincest picture, like we had Castiel trying to kiss Dean and Sam trying to kiss Dean. It was funny as fuck, especially because Castiel was a chick, and of course Sam is a giant moose. Merce. But yeah, y'all already saw little Sam. He was on the last one. We love little Sam. But yeah. So also going into the whole budgeting for your dream cosplay thing, budgeting doesn't have to be as difficult as a lot of people make it seem. Like, honestly, we even said this when we were at Comic Palooza, because we had this guy stop us to do an interview. Like, we even admitted, Goodwill is your best friend. Like, you can make an entire costume, including prop, for like, not even $20.
What's the stitch?
What's the stitch? It be me madre. That's the stitch.
Like, honestly, just go to a lot of thrift shops, not even Goodwill specifically.
Just thrift shops in general.
Just go to thrift shops in general, and you will find, like, some really, really good stuff.
I made a whole Vanellope Von Sweets cosplay out of Goodwill
Aww.
shit. And it was awesome. And because I did it for school because it was Disney themed. And, like, everybody was just like, oh my gosh, like, you look so good. So like, I did, like, the rosy cheeks and I had candy,
Aww.
like, literally hot glued on pins, like, in my hair. And, like, I had a little yarn and...
I think that's how I got my tank girl, basically, all together.
Yes. It took you a little while to do it.
Yeah, because I was trying to get all the bits and pieces, and... Oh yeah, my moment from, Doctor Who, the 50th anniversary. I did a moment cosplay, and everything I got from it was from Goodwill.
They'll always show me cool
Except the
pieces
wig.
you'll find from Goodwill.
Except the wig. Yeah, the wig I
Don't
had to
ever
buy.
buy wigs from
Yeah,
Goodwill.
no.
Or thrift shops. Don't do it. My grandmother's
Nice.
always giving me bags of wigs she finds at like garage sales.
I had to tell my
Yeah.
mom that once. She's like, hey, I found this wig at Goodwill. No, Mom, don't get it, please. It's in the packaging. No, I don't care.
I mean,
Like,
they were lace front wigs, so it wasn't too bad. But I was like, Grandma, this was like a hit or miss. This was 50-50. You don't know what you're buying. Like, you know what you're looking for. Come on.
Yeah, that's why, like, sometimes quality is better, because it may be a little more expensive, but more than likely, you're going to have that for a really long time.
Once you become a veteran cosplay, you're like buying the wig for a $40. Like you're just like, this is worth it. I'm gonna have this wig forever, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be good.
Oh, yeah. Also, Amazon.
Amazon,
Amazon
yes.
is a really good friend of yours, because then you can, you don't settle with the first thing that you see. Keep looking. Look at the reviews too, and also look at all the schematics that they have of like how big it is, like what the quality is, the material of it. Honestly, look, just don't be like, oh, I want that, and then you get it, and it's like completely different than what you want.
But it's
Or
like,
it's
you
like
need some
too
clear.
small and doesn't fit, especially when you order from Amazon, because a lot of their stuff comes from China. So you gotta like really do your research on that stuff, especially if you're gonna have something custom made. Like, do your research, get your measurements right. Seriously, measure twice before you send it, because
Oh yeah.
if you get it and it's not right, a lot of times you can't return that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And you're not as lucky as like I made that mistake once, but then luckily I had Cecily that bought my Supergirl costume off
I
of me,
do plan on
and
getting
it
Power
fit
Girl
perfect.
too. That's also a future.
But
concept.
also another thing.
Trying to outdo all the other Power Girls out there.
But also
Yes.
another thing. Be careful with Amazon, because they can give you something completely wrong.
Yes.
Best example. I ordered me a Gwenum suit.
Yeah.
It was not Gwenum.
It was not Gwenum.
Not even close.
It
What
was
it-
spooky, scary skeleton.
Exactly. So basically, what it was a black suit with like what's the stitch? I keep saying that. But it was a black suit. It was a skeleton like X-ray thing. It had eye socket holes, a nose hole, but then it had a zipped crotch, and I'm just sitting here like, this is not
It's
Gwenum.
a kinky skeleton suit.
Yeah. But the
Or
funny
it's just a really big guy suit.
No, but then the funny thing is that there was a Spider Gwen eye, like an iron-on eye, just one, not a pair, not a set, just one, slipped in there.
I'm just wondering if they got like two different products mixed together. And
I
I'm like, who bought this giant
I don't know.
skeleton zipper on
No.
the front?
And so
So I
I
just got her Spider-Man suit.
He was
So-
probably like, this is not what I ordered.
no, and with the stitch. So I was thinking to myself that they probably switched the product or something. They probably switched the packaging. No, I look at the package and it says Gwenum, and I'm like,
Something went wrong.
y'all just grabbed whatever and just stuffed it in here. Thanks. So I returned the thing like the day that I got it, and I have not ordered from that place again.
And they wouldn't let you send a negative review.
Oh no! At first they wouldn't let me send a negative review, and then because I did like a huge paragraph, and then I condensed it down to like one sentence. Like, ordered it, but got
Trash.
a skeleton. Trash.
Ordered got trash.
Ordered it. It was trash. I returned it. But I just basically was like, I ordered this, and I got a skeleton, and I returned it. And then they let me put the review on. I'm like,
What's funny is that's really vague, so like, I can just imagine you got a box.
I got like a picture.
With a big old skeleton.
You got Billy.
Billy.
Me and Austin actually went to Joann's, and they have the Halloween stuff up, and the skeleton there is literally my skeleton. That's what I would look like if I was a
Oh
skeleton.
my
It was
god, I
same
kind of
height,
want to
same
go
hands.
to Joann's now.
She's
It was
really
perfect.
small. Like, if you guys haven't
She's
seen that already,
tiny.
she's tiny.
But then we saw one this big, and I was like, that's my skeleton.
I kind of want to go to
Yeah,
Joann's.
that's Wyatt and then you. Size comparison.
But it's like, I kind of want to go to Joann's now if we go get boba tea.
That's probably not
Yes.
smart, because then you're going to spend a whole bunch of money.
No,
You're gonna be
because
like,
I'm
I
gonna
want this
slap her
spider-
whenever she picks
I
up
want
stuff.
this. I want
Oh,
this
God.
skeleton scorpion.
Oh yeah, whenever like October, no, not even October, whenever it's like halfway through September, this whole place is going to be decked out in Halloween stuff.
I'm surprised
It's
that you
hot,
guys didn't put the
yeah.
Halloween stuff back up when you moved in.
I know, we were
Still got skeletons and shit.
Yeah, we got, Austin.
The bat.
What's his name? York?
Yeah.
York, yeah. We have a skeleton up there, or a skeleton head named York.
And that's for Yorick.
Yo, pirates.
Yeah, for Renfest, I really want to do a vampire or like Meryl from Dragon Age.
That
Girls,
would be adorable.
think about it though, because it's supposed to be really hot.
No, that's
Come
fine
on.
with me.
I'm thinking of doing like an elven winch.
I have this weird thing though, like if I'm super hot, the weather doesn't affect me. Like I don't know what it is.
Assassin's Creed Green Arrow.
Assassin's Creed Harley Quinn.
What'd you do for mine? Was it Supergirl or was it Wonder Woman or?
What?
Did you do Assassin's Creed one for me? Or did you leave me out again?
No, I have to remember which one.
I know you did the Star Wars thing for you.
Yeah, the Star Wars
Yes,
thing,
that was dope.
which I really want to do.
I don't think he did an Assassin's Creed one.
I started doing just random superhero characters
Yeah.
for Assassin's Creed. I didn't make anybody their custom characters.
Just broken.
I just did DC characters as Assassin's Creed.
Oh, and then you just tagged everybody in them so that they
Yeah.
can see. Okay, I see.
Like I tagged Wyatt because I did Aquaman one. Aquaman is Wyatt.
Well, if you do a Wonder Woman one, I would.
I
love
did
to
Wonder
do
Woman
that. Oh, you
one.
did? Okay, I'll have to see that one. I would totally do that one.
Yeah, it's on there if you want. It's on my photos if you want to look at it.
But yeah, so slightly back on topic, since we haven't left yet.
Yeah.
Hey, at least we got through all of our topics before we went off the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Still. But if you have a mashup that you want to do, also do that as well. Because mashups
Mashups
are
are
usually
fun.
like the coolest freaking thing ever.
They are.
Like, I think my favorite mashup, and it's not even a cosplay, it's just a concept. My favorite mashup has to be Sally Quinn.
Aww.
And it's actually something that Josh did. So an artist friend of mine, he's really big on doing like Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. So he's done like Day of the Dead mashup with Nightmare Before Christmas, and he actually has a picture that is it's a Batman slash Nightmare Before Christmas mashup. So you got Oogie Boogie as the Oogie Boogie as
Scarecrow?
no. Damn, who the hell was he? Oh yeah, Oogie Boogie was Joker, and then you had Sally as Harley Quinn, and you had Jack as Batman, and you had the Two-Faced Mayor as Penguin. No, as Penguin. No, because it had the other side.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
that would have been cute if he was Two-Faced.
That would have, but yeah, just like mashup stuff is the coolest, and you can have so much more fun with that, because if you have like two different cosplays you want to do, like, screw it, do them both at the same time. Just take little pieces and all that stuff.
Especially if you're like really like deterred from doing it because a lot of people are doing it. Just do something in the same character, just different.
Yeah. Like there's a billion mashups that you could do. Hell, do a Genderbending mashup. Take like everything that we've said today and just like make your own cosplay with that shit.
Cosplay OCs. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah,
I know
definitely.
people are like, "Why are you cosplaying OC? No one's gonna know." But it's like, you know.
It's
It's like it's like you know the basic concept of
Like
it.
how
I
like
mean,
how I want to do the Inquisitor and everything from
Yeah.
Dragon Age. It's like the Inquisitor on Dragon Age Inquisition. You can make her or him however you want.
Like I actually watched this like really cool series on YouTube. This girl did the Final Fantasy. I want to say 13, 14, something like that. It was
the online one.
yeah, the summoner. Yeah, she did her summoner with like
Aw.
cat ears and like
Aw.
it had a book. It was really cool, and she did her OC.
I honestly like it whenever people do OCs more than anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
We do have our Star Wars OCs that you came up with, and then there's also the Harley Quinn cosplay that I did for when we tried to do
and
our
your
first film.
Supergirl Harley.
Yeah, my Super
That
Harley.
was a good mashup. I love
Yeah.
Super Harley, yes. I actually really like that. Not a lot of people were really paying attention to it because it was Friday, but I was still pretty happy with it because I was like, I got two really badass characters mashed up as one. It was the bomb. But yeah, my Harley Quinn that I did for the original painted red that we did, like that one was fun. It took a long time to do it, but it was really fun by the end of it because like
I did like how it turned out.
yes, because I had like my freaking awesome ass corset. And then I had my little patches I put on there and everything.
It reminded
and, like,
me
sliced
kind
my
of
own
like
pants.
it reminded me kind of like the Harley from Arkham Knight a little bit, but your own concept. Like
Yeah. She had pants. She had pants. Cause pants are your friend sometimes.
oh yeah.
I love how Injustice 2 does their like custom stuff because like Harley Quinn could have booty shorts or pants. It's whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can make her all covered.
That's what I like about Injustice 2 now. Is
I know, I
the
love it.
customization.
I really want to do an Injustice 2 like Supergirl or Wonder Woman or something where I can put a little bit more detail into like her costume.
I kind of want to do a bit more with my Black Canary.
Yes.
Just add a little bit more to it.
We really
do
do.
that like every year. Just get like little bits and just
Yeah,
add
that's
it
what
up.
I basically do with like my Harley. I always add something new. Like
I really want to do those terrible like covered Black Canary and Power Girl, like the ones with like bell bottoms and like just really terrible.
the 1980 version or the 1999 version
I think yours
or
was
90
like
something like that.
1960s and mine was like a 90s one.
Yeah.
It was something like that, but like they
But
were
it
just
was
awful.
It was awful, but awfully good.
Yeah, like honestly, I don't think I'd feel like as more empowered in those cosplays as I would in anything else. I'd be like, yeah.
And people would probably be like, "Oh, I know what that is. I remember because it was so bad."
Yeah, because like the Power Girl from the 90s has like one of those face things where it's like this and it comes across and she has like hair out of it.
Oh god.
Yeah, I loved it.
And then like Black Canary had like bell bottoms, and she had like this little like a headband thing going on or something with her face. But it was just like something.
She had these like pirate boots on.
Yes.
Like they folded over and they were blue. It was interesting.
Yeah, that's one of like the old Black Canary concept art, so that she had like the pirate looking.
Yeah, but I loved it.
They were so cute.
It'd be so fun.
Then again, like on DCU, I always get a character that has those boots every fucking time. I don't care. Alright, anything else?
I mean, we blew through all of our topics unless you have some extra stuff to add from everything we talked about.
Not that I can think of.
Me either.
And we've been doing this for about an hour and some odd minutes.
Yeah.
So, what would we like to tell them to take away from this podcast?
Take your time. Take your time.
That was definitely not. That did not sum up ours. Ours was like, do everything.
No,
Like,
do it!
Yes, do it.
Smash
Do
a
it.
bunch of cosplays together. Be PG.
But
That was-
also just honestly take your time with this. Don't rush it, because then you're gonna fuck up.
And just do
Are you
it.
talking about cosplay?
Pretty
Do
much.
what you
yeah.
feel comfortable. Like, don't do something that's out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
Especially if you're just starting out. Like, do something that makes you feel comfortable.
Do a
Because
lot
then
of
you're gonna
research.
hate that
A
cosplay.
whole Mark 60 freaking Iron Man suit wasn't built in a day, bro. Like,
I mean, I was gonna say the Avengers weren't, assembled in a day, but that works too.
Another good piece
well,
of
it takes months to make like a Mark 60 fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it took like how long for the Avengers to assemble? Since Captain America's the oldest, we had to wait for him to thaw out. 60 years.
It's been 84 But another good piece of advice that I go by a lot with myself, make sure you have a lot of concept art or concept photos of the character you want to do. Not just, front side or waist up. Make sure you get legs, make sure you get the back side, make sure you get little details too of if you want to be intricate with how you do it. Like on my
And
phone.
you definitely don't have to be intricate if you don't want to.
If you-
It's all up to you.
If you have to, you can just get like the detail of the jewelry or like the little stuff on the person's body and be like, that's how it looks. Okay, let me try and make something simple like that. And then you get the idea right there. What I usually do sometimes is on my phone, I'll have files, like photo albums and stuff. I'll photo albums of like my concepts that I want to
That's
do.
why I sketch out literally everything.
Yeah, that too.
Like my sketchbook for my project for your is literally like, here's the shoes, next page here's the visor.
No, one of my friends, she actually will have folders of characters that she wants to cosplay, and it has pages beyond pages of stuff she's printed out. And she can like take it to
I need a
Joann's
printer.
or Michael's and be like, okay, this is the kind of material that I need, this is that. That helps out a whole lot. Instead of you just sitting there like, I can't remember if this person had an orange vest or a red vest.
Yeah, just save all the pictures on your phone.
I
You
have
always have your phone on you.
Pinterest
Like,
boards,
puts
that's
you with
what
me?
I do.
Yes, Pinterest. Pinterest is a good.
Because you can create boards of all your characters and have all your reference photos and
Yeah.
there's fan art, all kinds of stuff.
Yep. And because it's public, you can get people's opinions on it too, on how to help or where to find stuff. And if you're a parent, get your kid to cosplay.
Do it. It's fun.
Do it.
Don't force me. Just
Be a Neil Patrick Harris. Be that dad.
be my dad. My dad has really helped me in cosplay, and like he still helps me. I'm like, Dad, I don't know how to do LED lights. What battery do I buy for the LED lights? And he's like, what do you want them to do? And I'm like, I just want them to light up.
But
And
also,
he's like, just get a 9-volt battery. Like that's what I did.
But also, if you're a parent and you're just finding out that your kids are getting into this, like into the cosplay thing, embrace it. Like, just be supportive. Don't be like, "Ugh."
Yeah, I was like, Dad, I want to cosplay this boy from this anime I like. And my dad was like, I'll look on eBay. And so he bought me the honey jacket from eBay. And that was like my first cosplay thing ever. I didn't even cosplay honey. I just wore the jacket to school and stuff. Because I was just
No,
like,
Austin actually might still have his. Do you still have your Orin? Yeah.
that's just the
whenever
thing
we
of the
first
past.
met.
That was just a thing of the past. We don't talk about Orin anymore. We just sing.
No, we
just
talk-
sing
we
Kiss Kiss Love every once in a while.
No, we gotta talk about Orin High Host Club because that's how me and him met.
I know. That's how I met you guys.
Oh yeah.
Y'all were
that's
dressed as Kiyoya and Tamaki.
Yep. Oh, so Orin High Host Club brought us together.
It did. Like, we're the weaves we are.
This is what I deal with. But I love them.
And
I kind of have no choice.
I was Sealand.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you.
But yeah, be a Neil Patrick Harris. Be awesome parents like Neil Patrick Harris and David Burka.
Yep.
They dress their kids up every year for Halloween, and those kids couldn't freaking look
Their
happier.
Halloween costumes are so cute.
They are. I'm sorry, I loved the Halloween when they dressed their kids up as like Marilyn Monroe, James Dean,
That was so cute.
Groucho Marx, and Charlie Chaplin, I think.
But yeah.
That was awesome. But yeah, embrace it. Cosplay is not just for Halloween. Cosplay is not one day a year. Cosplay is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Cosplay, just do it!
Yes.
Just do it.
There's also like free comic book day where you could dress up. There's
That
you
too.
don't even have to dress up to conventions. We actually met these nerds over here at a cosplay picnic that our town used to do.
Cosplay day out.
Cosplay day out, yeah, and it was in the woods.
Yeah, like,
At some picnic tables.
I mean, Trader
It
Joe's
was-
does that too.
It was in the woods. We were all dressed up in costumes.
Yeah,
That sounds
there's
like some
local-
wicked shit right
Yeah.
there.
Nah, that sounds like everybody trying to be Pokemon. That's what it sounds like.
The library, your local library usually has an anime club, I promise.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
little places too, like Trader's Village. They do, like, I know that
There's
a couple
so
years
much.
ago they did cosplay.
They did.
Like the
I
little
remember
Comic Con.
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I was the one that I dressed up and I went with Bryant. And freaking every little kid stopped me
I love
wanting
it.
pictures. And I was like,
But yeah.
damn, y'all so cute.
But like free comic book day would be an awesome time to do it too. It's the first.
Movies too. Like,
Yep, movie premieres.
Well, you gotta be careful with movie premieres though, because after the whole incident with the shooting in the theater
James
with Batman.
Holmes?
Yeah.
No, but the guy that did it.
We don't know because we really don't want to know who he is. All we know that he's a bad man,
Yeah.
and he destroyed comics and wonderfulness for lots of people. So,
I haven't had any problems, but I guess like we haven't really went anything
Well,
too extreme.
well, because the thing is, like a lot of places, especially after that happened, if you have like full-on face paint or like masks or something, they won't let you in.
yeah, we didn't wear masks or anything. We just dressed up normally.
I know when we went for Wyatt's birthday, like thankfully we didn't have to really deal with a lot of that
Well,
stuff.
like I saw a friend who went as Doctor Strange, and like they had a Thanos with them, like the shredded things.
I guess it's just very.
I guess
specific.
call before you go, but I'm sure like they wouldn't mind kids dressing up, you know, as like
Yeah.
14 Go or something, you know, like.
But yeah, seize the opportunity. Cosplay whenever. Just do it. Just do it.
I guess that concludes.
Yes. Yeah. Alright. Well, thank you guys so much for watching us. Again, Angela, Miranda, and Cecily, and we are the Geek Girls. We'll see you guys later. Bye!